Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 82 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. Let's start with the usual progress report. As you can see, my net worth plus that of the corporation is now at 165 billion ISK. If we're looking at the tracker here, you can see that we did get a nice progression this week. The big chunk is actually the corporation. I put back some of the ISK that from the asset we've liquidated. So the corporation got at least 12 billion richer this week. Most of that money was, I would say, ratting income plus some player and officer donation and cashing some of the asset that we still have that were in transit. So that's still a big progression, almost 12 or almost, if I count it here compared to last week, we are at 7 billion more in total value. So it's one of our big week so far. So what do I have to show you? This week we have our Alliance logo approved. So we got our little Willy Wonka that has been approved. So you can see it on our station. If I go outside, sometimes I don't see it on top of the station, but sometimes I do get this one here. I don't know why, but you can see it in system. Sometimes you see it on top of the station. You can see it on Zkill. We are pretty happy with the logo. It's turning out great in game. You can see it like it's very nice. Anyway, I guess this is a big moment for any alliance to get its own logo. So we were pretty happy that this happened. So, and we wanted to keep our WOMP alliance, and this really kind of drives the point home why we wanted to do that. So all in all, that's one of the big milestone for our group this week. Then let's go with HR. HR here, you can see that we are now at 326 member. We still haven't opened recruiting yet. We are opening recruitment as of tomorrow. Again, we had closed it to do a big cleanup, to get rid of some spy, to improve a little bit our process of onboarding new player and making sure that we are getting like real player interested and committed to the corp. So that has been put in place. We will be starting recruitment back, but the number we're at 6 more than last week is these are member that took a break after the Geminate campaign or that went somewhere else and that are coming back to the alliance. So all in all, we're getting back on track. That was pretty good. At some point, we had 71 people online logged in at the same time, which it's pretty it's pretty healthy, and we're clearly getting back on our feet. Now, if we'll go with the situation update, we are now have 5 system claim in our constellation, and we also started raising the ADM in Q-S. The reason we are not this system will stay to Dreadbomb because it's part of. Well, it's a system that we agreed that it would stay with them. These one here will claim eventually. We are doing a very methodical approach where we are basically maxing an ADM before claiming a new system, where we're going like very slowly to make sure that we secure every system. So we now have a local dock up in every system here. So either at an ore pulling some moon, a right arrow to build, or an astro house to watch a gate. We have at least one station in every system, and we are moving to claim the rest of the constellation. TCUs are still in Dreadbomb's hand. We will transfer them at some point, but there's no rush on the TCUs. Like, the important stuff was the iHub, and that's really what we wanted to do. And as you can see, the ADM here, as you can see, we're pretty much maxing RDM. 3.5 is what you get with max military index. And these one here are already higher than this. And then after, when you hold them for a week, you start to get strategic index, so they are even harder to get. And we got a strong presence in the pocket, so that all in all, we're starting to feel like more secure in our space, and we're actually enjoying the space very much. It's kind of, it's like when we were in Pure Blind, I would say, like the dynamic that is starting to set in, where we are people, we get regular visitor, we form up, we fight, there's local defense. So all in all, it's pretty fun. But also we have started taking part in coalition fleet. So as I told you last week, we are joining Wrecking Crew. So we did fight a few battles with Wrecking Crew where we're sending people over. We haven't got like strong fleet, because these are mostly flash form, or they're just ping. Okay, we need body now, so we're sending people that can come over. WOMP historically has always been like a lot stronger with ping hop, because people will know in advance, they will take proper measure to be there, and to be there at a specific time. For flash form, we're not as good, and we still have people coming in the pocket, so we're still not at our full capacity, but we managed to send 11 people on that specific fleet, and we're doing like fleet like that occasionally. So whenever the coalition ping, will send as many body as are available and that want to join those fleets. So we do get a lot. I think we're getting a lot more very varied content than what we were getting in Pure Blind, or even in Geminate, because you got all the coalition operation that you can join too, aside from our own operation in pocket and our own fleet. So that's an extra layer of operation that we can participate in. And they're usually bigger fleet battle, which are pretty interesting. So all in all, that was like, the guy are really happy to start to join those operations. Very interesting, and they're well run. Kudos to the Wrecking Crew FCs. Our guys are like very happy on the result of these operation, and they're having fun. So that's the biggest part of the most important part of the game. Aside from that, our local we're starting to get back into our habit of forming up and fighting intruders in our space. So these are like little flash form. When you say, okay, there's people in pocket, we're tracking them, we're responding aggressively to the people that are coming in. So all in all, we're still we're losing some, we're winning some, but all in all, it's been a good week for that. Aside from this, the claiming of the space, we also started claiming some POCOs. So I think we flipped 6 POCOs so far. Again, this is to get into PI. We are an industrial group, so we want to get into PI. Right now we have like very bare bone production. So we do have mining, reprocessing. We do have production, basic manufacturing that is set up. Next on our timeline, we'll add reaction to the mix pretty soon. More varied right arrow with different rigs so that we can produce different types of stuff. Like we basically got all our urban planning done, so we know where we're going to put each station and to optimize the work and optimize how people are to get like the minimum amount of job with and the best efficiency to be able to build your stuff while not concentrating all your production in one system where you would get the industrial index that would go through the roof. So we need to spread the load in multiple systems, but all of this is planned. So I at some point I will show you the detail. I maybe like I'll make one video just to explain our industrial setup when we're when we're better set in. I figure we'll take at least a week or two till we get like well established with medium structure, and we are looking down the line as our number grow back up, but to anchor eventually anchor a fort and get a market hub, and eventually get and anchor an Asbel to get capital production like we were doing in Pure Blind. That's the goal, is to get to that point. But that I expect will take us at least a month, probably more like 2, depending on our growth rate and how it's going. But the first has been like a week and a half now, has been pretty good so far. We are bouncing back. I mean, as a CEO, compared to where we were 2 weeks ago and how everybody was seeing us as a dead alliance, where we are now is actually pretty impressive. I mean, honestly, it's gone beyond my expectation. To have 70 people online still, to be getting back into PvP and back into holding like a holding space and thriving in null. 2 weeks after a major defeat like we had, I'm pretty happy with the way the entire group has been performing. So there's nothing to add to that. I mean, I got a great team, so that, and honestly, I don't want to take credit for that, because if I didn't have the incredible officer I have working with me, I couldn't have done this. So I mean, I'm super proud of the guys, and we are having like a blast playing with our little form up, our little local fight, our logo. I mean, very good week, very fun week in Eve so far. What else? Yeah, I usually talk about what I'm doing with Tanak. Well, I do fly a Kiki now. I got my T2 Kiki. I probably gonna get into a Tengu next. I keep training mostly my combat piloting skill. I might get to do a little bit more industry at some point. I'm getting the urge to try some back when we do get the setup. So we'll see. But right now what I want is, I want to be able to fly at least every coalition doctrine ship, cap excluded, and to be like to fly the best version of it. So the T2 version of every coalition ship. I was already able to fly like a T2 Serb. So now I got the T2 Kiki. Next one I want to get into the Tengu. So that's pretty much it for Tanak. What can you expect for the next following week? Hopefully we'll claim some more of those systems here, and we'll secure them. Hopefully our number will start growing as we open recruitment. More fun PvP, more production. So that's pretty much it. Life in Eve. You live your day-to-day life and you progress and you're building something, and that's what this game is all about. So I hope you enjoyed this week, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.